Welcome to third feedback for my iron friend. As usual, let's start with the runes. In this matchup, my friend is playing Nasus and it's against Bronze 3 Singed.
Let's get ready to rumble!
As usual, let's start with the runes. What do you think my feedback will be? I'll give you 5 seconds.
We will live, they will die.
I told you about tank versus Singed runes in my last video. Singed does magic damage, so take magic resistance. And never take health rune. So in this case it should have been double magic resist. Have a look at this play and think about what my feedback will be.
As evil grows, so shall I.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Seconds until minions spawn.
How many mistakes did you find? I will give 2 feedbacks for this. First is to watch for enemy invade. It's fine even if enemy team doesn't invade. It's to prevent the worst from happening. It comes at no cost as well. In this case you would have been able to see Warwick's invade and possibly prevent it. Second feedback is to get a habit of never spending skill point at level 1 until you need it. You never know what skills you'll need. Let's take Nasus for example. If enemy team suddenly invaded whilst you and your jungler was watching, you may be able to use your W to slow enemy to run away successfully. Or you may be able to slow the enemy to force a flash or even kill for your teammates. Again, it comes at no cost. So why not save it to prevent the worst or make the best early start possible? Good decision to not push the wave. Nasus have no escape and poor wave clear, so it's better for him to pull the wave a bit and farm. And this is the price for not watching enemy invade. Good route to run. As a side note for the opponents, if there's no method of engage, just stop the chase. Zoning out the enemy away from the wave is already enough. Early game time is very precious. One thing I would have done here is to walk in diagonal towards your base here. Running straight down towards mid is one extra enemy. You can just flash over the wall and return to lane if needed. Good to stay back. Always got to care if you're without flash, and you know jungler is topside. Singed can zone you away by just last hitting, but again this is bronze. He pushes the wave for you. But if enemy does zone you away, just ward the river and push the wave ASAP to reset the wave. It's risky, but if the wave remains frozen, you can't farm until flash is back up. No need to waste W if you're not going to follow it up with auto attack or different skills. It does no damage. You're wasting 80 mana, that's 1/5 of your mana pool. Get a habit of using auto Q on Nasus. And you have roughly equal minion wave, and Singed used a skill. He's in your range. Fight him. You can proc Grasp of Undying for good damage trade. Same thing as my last video. Good call to freeze, but the way you did it can be improved. Look at your minion wave, you only need to freeze it for a very short time. So you need to walk back towards the turret immediately. You need to walk into the bush if you need to hold it for slightly longer as you pull the minion wave away from your turret slightly. The reason for this is to lose minion aggro ASAP to reduce damage taken. You took about 115 damage during this process, that's 10% of your health. Like I said before, don't waste your W if you're not going to follow it up with an attack. It drains your mana. Singed is already walking away from you. The cost of you wasting 3W in lane is shown in this play. Trundle comes for a gank. All you normally would have to do is W to allow Trundle engage. Trundle ping you, he's coming. You need to start fighting him, but save your crucial skills to team up with Trundle. But because you can't use your W, Trundle is forced to use his pillar before Singed flash, which forces your flash. Good result nonetheless, but could have been better. You should have recalled here. You successfully got the kill and low on mana. You have TP and no dragon is up. It's a pulling wave so you can burn lot of Singed CS. Most importantly, the cannon minion is pretty healthy, so you won't miss out on the CS. Nasus have 4 wave clear early, so you can't fully push a wave this big before recalling. So this was a great chance to recall at no cost. We'll see what the cost of your mistake here is. You fed them 1 turret plating for this mistake. Also, Warwick may not have used the rift if you recalled earlier. So it's potentially 3 turret plating. That's 480 gold. Bit more than a kill and an assist. Again, don't waste W. You need to save W for when enemy gets the turret aggro. They'll be slowed inside turret range, which means more turret hits. Good. That's a good use of W. But I would recommend to use auto Q. You need to try and fit an auto attacks in between your combo, and Q cancels your auto attack animation. So it's faster than Q auto. Again auto Q. But good W. You make a mistake in chasing Singed. You don't have mana for W. So you got nothing to close the gap on Singed. Never chase Singed unless you can kill him quickly for certain. Which will be the case if you didn't waste mana on W. Don't buy so many potions. Buy just 1 if you really want to. You never struggled health-wise in this game, so even 1 is complete waste. Decent call. Going for Krugs instead of overextend. I can't believe it. You made the best possible macro play. You're covering an empty lane and stopping minions being wasted. But next time in case like this, prioritize the minions over wards. Wards are there forever. Minions are not. You should have flashed over the wall. Always get the habit of flashing over walls if in danger. Less chance of enemy pursuit. Now items. Up to Spectral Cowl, it was understandable item choice. Although personally I think it was bit too defensive in this game, because you weren't having any trouble in lane, but it's understandable. But finishing Spirit Visage is very bad choice. Laning phase is over. The main damage carries on their team is AD. So there's no need to rush magic resist items. I would have recommended rushing Trinity Force first, or getting armor. You have TP available. A very big minion wave in top lane with team at Dragon. Then you should be rushing top and TP to the teamfight immediately when it starts. There's a ward for you to TP to. You're low on mana. There's nothing more you can do. You need to ping Trundle to warn him you can't do anything, and you need to return to lane. Never chase enemies unless you can kill for certain. Again, let's just focus on laning phase, so that will be all for this video.